This absolute icon might be one of Disney's greatest opening themes of all time. You just might recognize this one. Oh man, just literally right in the beginning, there's so much happening there. This is, I think, one of the greatest Disney openings ever. I mean, this overture, this title sequence, it really, one thing that it does that's incredibly cool is that it just kind of tells the entire story in this one piece of music. There's so many different things. We're going to get to all of them, but real quick, I just want to point out, like, that opening right there, just even that first chord, get a load of this. Okay, listen to all the notes going on in there. There's so much. We have it sounds like the horns. They're playing this C major triad over. We're into the key. This is F minor, right? So that's kind of the home base here. But immediately we get that 6 chord, right? The F minor 6. So we have F minor, and then we simply just add the 6. It's a really nice chord, and it gets even more fitting for this film and for this opening when we add, because what we're essentially creating is this sound. Now, this sound is F minor, but we've also included the major 7. We've also included the natural 6. And just for good measure, we've thrown in the 9th here as well by putting these horns. Oh, and when we spread it out that way, it's such a great chord. Now, I think this chord on its own is like the perfect summary for The Jungle Book, because so much of this film is like the mystery and the unknown of the jungle, and like there's equal parts, like, you know, there's fear, of course, because there's the tiger out there, Shere Khan's out there, right? But then there's also like the kind of mysterious protectiveness of, you know, Bagheera and Baloo, and then we're gonna get to some other parts of it a little bit later. But this opening chord to me is just, there's so much in it that just tells the story of this film in just a single chord, and the way that it's orchestrated here is absolutely brilliant. Let's move on, because that's just one chord. Oh, that's what we did. The horns went. And these are just other notes from that F minor. And then the trumpets did this, like, we've got this whole big F minor spread. Now, what really is this? If we were to take all these notes and drop them into a single octave so we get a chord, the only question, I think we've probably heard a B flat at some point in there, but that answers what we're working with here, which is F melodic minor. F melodic minor is a little bit different than some of the other versions of F minor we use. We of course have natural minor. That would have a flat 6 and a flat 7 in the scale. Another version of minor could be harmonic minor. That's closer to this one in that we have the major 7, but we have a flat 6 in that scale, and we certainly don't in this chord, right? The other option that it could be is actually not one of the minor scales. It's one of the modes of the major scale. It is the second mode of the major scale, and it's Dorian, and that sounds like this. Now, of course, the difference there, our 7th in Dorian is flat, but here we're using the naturally occurring major 7th. And we get this sound. If I could play it. And one really cool thing about that sound is that it's really mysterious, right? Imagine, right? James Bond. Now, of course, this part of it is not following that explicitly, but that classic chord at the end of the James Bond theme is, we normally hear it on guitar, right? And why? Because it's this mysterious, like, ooh, what's going on? Spy movie, right? In this case, it's the jungle. It's the mysteriousness of the jungle. And as we get into our groove, after that crazy fanfare of an opening in minor, it's also an interesting thing I didn't think about. It's a fanfare, but it's like really dark in this way, right? That's cool. I didn't even think about that. Anyways, let's get into this because this is such a cool groove. That's our pattern. 1, 5, 6, 3. Minor 3, right? There's our melody. Oh man, this is just one of the greatest melodies of all time. So we're gonna keep this F minor 6 pattern going, and then we have this oh boy, what instrument is this? Is this like an alto flute or a tenor flute? I'm not 100% sure even what this instrument is, but it's playing a brilliant melody, which is what's the next note you'd expect here? You'd expect just the one, right? We're just outlining the chord. But that's not what we do. We instead go that note, the major 7 right there. It's a subtle change. And it creates this shape, right? Which is naturally, that's pretty dissonant. But just the statement of mystery here is so good. Oh. Is that right? Yeah! Whoa! I didn't even notice that. We go, oh man, wow. That's really interesting. And the reason I think that's actually super interesting, because it almost feels like we're going, almost like we're launching off of that 4 chord B flat major. It's like an in-between. Right? Wow. Now finally we move off of F minor and we go to the 4 chord, the minor 4 chord. Oh, this is so brilliant. It keeps going down. Okay, wait. There's so much that just happened right there, and it's absolutely brilliant, and let me break it down. Okay, watch this. So, we go to the 4 chord, but then from the 4 chord, here we're just in this minor key. That's totally expected, but then from there, we could go back to the 1, and maybe it's like a minor blues. That would be totally normal. But instead, once we're on this minor chord, this 4 minor chord, we go down a whole step to A flat minor. Oh, listen to this. Down another whole step. Now we're going to turn it around. This is how we're going to get back. Okay, so this is so brilliant. Started on the 1, went to the 4, but now we're going to walk down in whole steps. Go down to G flat minor. And now now we have this really cool turnaround where we stay on G flat, and then we go a tritonal way to the 5 chord before that's going to set us up to resolve to the 1, except instead of the 1, it's not quite the 1 anymore. Watch this. It's the 1 in the bass, but we have the flat 6 chord. We get D flat here instead. We're just using F as its root note, and it makes it feel like we've now gone home with the bass note, but we haven't gone home with the harmony yet. And then it kind of just resolves after that. But before it gets there, and that's wow, that's really interesting actually, because that note is not in our palette that we're using here, right? We've been using the natural 6, but right there, before we resolve it, we get this D flat major sound, right? It's like F minor with a sharp 5, you could call it. I don't really know, but like, and then it just kind of, then it resolves, right? But this is just the first section, because after this, we're gonna sit there on the 1 chord a little bit, and we get a little 5, and then, brilliant. If you call it a bridge, I don't even know. It's like a different section that represents a different part of the film. It represents the more carefree, the bare necessities, right? It represents a little more of that, it's less mysterious, it's more fun, it's lighter, right? It's all in here. The whole film is in this overture, and it's absolutely brilliant. Let's check out how that is put together. So now rested on our F minor, and we're gonna go to its relative major. Okay, so the relative, the F minor and A flat major are relatives of each other, meaning they use the exact same key signature. Now, what I mean by that is in F natural minor or F relative minor, the key signature would match perfectly with A flat major. They're the same. It's the same notes. That's why they're relatives of each other. Now, of course, in this case, with F minor, we're not actually using the natural or relative minor scale. We're using the melodic minor scale, which is a little bit different. So in this case, when we go to the A flat major, we are making a little bit of a change. So it's not a perfect relative the way we would normally expect, but the key centers are relatives of each other. F minor moving to A flat major. And here's what we do with it. We get to A flat major, and let's see how it goes. Here we go. A flat, 1 6 2 5 1 6 2 5 2 5, moving into the next key chromatically up. Watch this. Okay, so A flat, F minor, B flat minor 7. And then we get our 5 chord, E flat 7, and then there's a really nice inner voice movement there that moves to that sharp 5, which rolls really nicely back to the 1. And then we go around again, but this time we're going to speed up our 2-5, and we're going to add a 2-5, moving to a half step up, moving to the key of a half step up. And it's going to look like this: B flat, E flat, real quick, B flat minor to E flat 7 real fast, and then the same exact thing up a half step, B minor, E7, okay? And it sounds like this. And it sets us up perfectly to go to A major, right? When we're gonna do the exact same chord progression, just instead of A flat, we're up a half step into the key of A major. This is absolutely brilliant. Let's listen to it, and then we turn it around also in a brilliant way. Let's check it out. F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, E7, back to the 1. Oh, cool. Okay, so, wow. Actually, That's really neat because we're sitting here on this as we're at A now, and our sixth chord is this F sharp minor, and that's just a half step away from G minor 7, which is the 2 chord, 2, 5, back to our home base of F minor. So it just ties together so well, so clearly. Let's do that section again in full. E flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat, F minor 7, 2, 5, 2, 5 up a half step, A, F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, E7, A, F sharp minor 7, up a half step, G minor 7, C, and that leads us right back to F minor. Here we go again. Now we're going to get elongated. There's our C7. Oh, and then we bring the groove back in to end it. So cool. Is that right? Oh. Yeah. Just using the F melodic minor scale. There's our horns from the beginning. And we get the exact same ending as you would get in a James Bond score. Like, it's the same thing. And it's just perfect. It's unbelievable. 1967. And I read somewhere, I think this is the last film that Walt Disney himself was personally involved in, because I believe he died later this year in 1967. It's so brilliant. What an incredible theme. It's gotta be one of Disney's best. And it's just the overture. It's just the opening credits. How nuts is that? I don't know. For those of you who follow the channel, you might know that I'm expecting a daughter, which is crazy. It's so wild. But yeah, my wife and I are expecting our first child in the next couple of months. And so we've kind of been going through a lot of these movies and just being like, it's going to be so fun to kind of go through a lot of the classic films that, we grew up on. And I was listening to this one and I was like, boy, I forgot how good this was. Because as a kid, I wasn't necessarily breaking it down like this, but boy, did I take note of it. It was just unbelievable. So I wanted to share it all with you. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have other requests for Disney things you'd like me to cover, it's some incredible music and I'm happy to do it. So let me know in those comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.